Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the turf field here at Milford High School, as Milford TV is once again happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics. This is Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet with you on the call as we continue on in this MIAA Division III football tournament. And your number one seeded Milford Scarlet Hawks enter into the round of 8, and they once again take on one of their division opponents in the North Attleboro Rocketeers. North Attleboro comes in as the number 9 seed. And so both of these teams coming into action tonight off of big victories a week ago. For Milford, of course, if you were tuned into our coverage here on Milford TV just a week ago, Milford entered into the tournament taking on another Hockomock League team in the number 16 seeded Stoughton Black Knights. And Milford was able to gain control of that game quickly. Stoughton made things interesting in the early goings of the game with some trick plays early, an attempted onside kick that did not go Stoughton's way, and also made things interesting on the offensive side of the ball on their opening drive. But ultimately, Milford was able to settle things down. They got on the scoreboard first, and they continued to gain separation as the game went along, ultimately winning by a final score of 38-7, eliminating Stoughton from the playoffs and locking up their spot in this round of 8 in the Division III tournament. North Attleboro, on the other hand, again, entered into the tournament as the 9 seed. Last week they took on the 8-seeded West Springfield. They were the underdog in that matchup, but credit to North Attleboro. They were able to grit out a 22-14 win, riding their running game, getting a couple of rushing touchdowns out of their quarterback, and ultimately winning that game by a final score of 22-14. So getting that slight upset, the 9 over the 8 last week, and setting up yet another Hockomock League playoff showdown here on the Milford turf this week. Again, the top seed Milford taking on the number 9 seeded North Attleboro. This is the second meeting of the season between these two teams. Milford was able to earn a victory against North Attleboro on the road back on October 6th. That was a 33-13 victory. We'll dig a little bit more into the head-to-head meetings recently between these two teams, as it has been a little bit of a seesaw in terms of who has had control of this head-to-head matchup. We can tell you it's been Milford in recent seasons, and they hope to continue to keep that going here tonight. Milford winning the coin toss. They have elected to receive, and so the Scarlet Hawks will have the football first when we get this game started. Both teams out there on the field right now. Crisp conditions once again for this football game this week, but everyone excited and ready to go. These fans were able to kick back and relax as Milford built up a huge first-half lead last week. Will it be the same, or will North Attleboro provide a little bit more of a challenge? We will find out as this football matchup goes on. We will get the Star-Spangled Banner coming up here, courtesy of the Milford High School Marching Band, and then it will be time to get this playoff matchup started. The kickoff comes your way next. Stay with us here on Milford TV.
The playing of our national anthem, performed this evening by the Scarlet Hawks Marching Band.
Week number 10 of this high school football season, the second week of playoff action. Slowly, this field of playoff teams getting whittled down from 16 teams a week ago. Now 8 remain here in Division III. And your number 1 seed in this Division III state bracket still intact. It is your Milford Scarlet Hawks who come out onto the field to get this matchup started. North Attleboro about to kick the football away. Not much breeze as we get things started here in quarter number one. Again, we're so happy to have everyone with us, whether you're joining us live on our Milford TV educational channel on Verizon HD 2140 or you're streaming us on YouTube. Welcome in. Excited to get this matchup underway. A lot of moving parts here with the kickoff for North Attleboro as everyone switches sides. Again, we saw an onside kick attempt by Stoughton to open up the game last week. The ball failed to go the required 10 yards. The ball reset on the tee as now North Attleboro sends a squib kick on the ground that's eventually picked up by Aiden Watson, now trying to find some room towards the far side of the field. He's able to get close to midfield. He crosses the 50-yard line and finally ends up out of bounds on the North Attleboro side of the 50. And so North Attleboro with a lot of moving parts there on that opening kickoff. Everyone flipped sides of the field, keeping that kick low on the ground, but eventually it was picked up by Watson, and he's able to bring it a couple of yards onto the North Attleboro side. So Milford has starting field position from the Rocketeers' 48. And so out onto the field comes the junior quarterback, Jack Buckley. Was able to get some rest in the second half of that game last week against Stoughton once the game got out of hand. And he will fake the handoff to Watson, avoid some pressure early in the backfield, and now sends a pass out towards Jason Stokes on the 30-yard line. Tried to slide back to that football to make the catch, but it lands incomplete. And it will be second down and 10.
That is it, second and 10, Milford, on the Red Rocketeer 48.
Second and 10, just 15 ticks off of this first quarter clock. Watson moving from left to right as Buckley backs up looking to throw. Gets flushed out of the pocket, on the move, and guns the throw in the direction of Aiden Watson that does not make it there. It's been knocked away by a North Attleboro defender. And it is third and 10. Milford has had the luxury of scoring on their opening drive the last several weeks, allowing them to immediately play from ahead, but right now facing a third and 10, gifted excellent starting field position here at the 48. We've not seen Nick Araujo make an appearance on the field as of yet. Extra protection in the backfield for Buckley. He's able to stand in the pocket, but now it collapses. He's on the move, facing pressure from behind. Now he's going to tuck and run with it, and he's going to have the first down and more, getting protection out in front, inside the 20. A flag comes flying in from behind as Buckley ends up in the end zone. The touchdown signal given, but what will the flag be? A flag down back at the 25-yard line. Marching band plays for what on the field for the moment is a 48-yard rushing touchdown on a mad scramble for Buckley, but we wait. Right now Milford backing up, so likely those points will not go up on the board. Buckley somehow getting out of danger, but in the end, the ruling, we believe, an illegal block.
The flag is for an illegal block in the back on Milford. The play was good for a first down. It's a 10-yard penalty. First and 10, Skyhawks.
And so the good news for Milford is the first down will stand. And so it is first and 10 now with the ball spotted on the 35-yard line as Milford
Watson on the carry.
is able to get a couple of rushing yards out of Aiden Watson. So not the typical backfield that we're used to seeing here for Milford early. We have not seen Nick Araujo deployed as of yet. He is fully dressed and perched on the sideline. Also a good sight for Milford. Nate Scudo also dressed and on the sideline, but neither have made an appearance on the field as of yet, so that's something that bears monitoring. Meanwhile, second down and 8 with Owen Callahan in motion. Buckley will run it himself,
Jack Buckley
able to get inside the 30. Looks like they'll mark him down just shy of the 28.
Five-yard gain in the play.
So more personnel
On the
switching in and out. Callahan back out there for Milford. He's going to split out wide to the far side. Stokes out wide on the near. Rivera in the slot. As the handoff goes to Watson, he is wrapped up right away. Making the stop for North Attleboro, number 81, Safin Musa. And so now 4th down here for the Scarlet Hawks. The Scarlet Hawks going to take an early timeout with 9 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock as everyone huddles up on the field. And again, as we look back through how things developed for Milford last week, Nick Arujo able to cap off Milford's opening drive with a 2-yard plunge into the end zone. Jack Buckley then with a rushing touchdown in the first quarter, so Milford able to build up an early 14-0 lead. 2 more touchdowns in the second quarter and 2 more in the third before ultimately Stoughton was able to score in garbage time right at the end of the fourth quarter, courtesy of a 2-yard touchdown pass from Jared Daughtry. North Attleboro again running their way to victory last week with 3 total rushing touchdowns, 2 for their quarterback Chase Frizzoli and a 3rd for Ryan Bannon later on in the game. But meanwhile, back out of the timeout here, it is 4th down and 5. The Hawks keep their offense on the field. And early movement on the Milford side, a false start. And so we'll see if this changes the calculus for Coach Olson. And indeed, now it looks like we will see the kicking unit come out onto the field.
Number 32, Joey McGee in punt formation.
And so with it changing from 4th and 5 to 4th and 10, we will see a Milford punt. And it looks to be Joey McGee lined up to make the kick for Milford. So again, Milford has kept their versatile star, Nick Arujo, on the sideline for the early part of this game. And McGee trying to play the field position game. He dots this ball down at the 10. It's going to take an additional roll in Milford's favor and eventually be down at the 6. So an excellent punt for McGee. We did see Joey come out and make some kicks for Milford at the end of that game last week against Stoughton. Was able to kick a field goal and look solid out there in the kicking game. This has been a position on this Milford roster that they have been able to find a great deal of talent at in recent seasons. Look to have some good depth this season as well with Arujo and McGee. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 now. The first offensive drive of the night for the Rocketeers will start from their own 6.
Number 7, Christopher Hainrich on the carry. One-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 9. North Attleboro from their own 7.
9:05 to go in this first quarter. Just a gain of a single yard on that carry from Chris Hainwich. Chase Frizzoli, the quarterback for North Attleboro, looking to throw. Rolling out in the end zone and overthrows his intended target, sending that in the direction of Bryce Kaiser. And so quickly it's 3rd and 9 with the ball spotted on the North Attleboro 7. Clock paused at 8:43. Again, 3rd down and 9 with Frizzoli out of the shotgun. Just in front of his own goal line. Backs up into the end zone and now on the move, has to throw that one away. Milford getting good pressure into the backfield on back-to-back plays, forcing Frizzoli to get rid of the ball, and it's now 4th and 9, and North Attleboro will have to punt from inside their own end zone. So a good statement here on the first drive for this Milford defense. No pressure for the punter to get this away. Stokes steps up into some pressure. Fair catch called for, and falls on the football at the North Attleboro 30-yard line. So for the second straight drive to start this game, the Milford offense will set up shop on the North Attleboro side of the field, this time all the way down to the North 30, with 8 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Before we get any deeper into this broadcast, we want to wish everyone out there a happy Veterans Day weekend here. And anyone who's tuning in who has been a member of our armed services, we certainly thank you wholeheartedly for your service to our country. 1st and 10 Milford from the North Attleboro 30. Buckley fakes the pitch, he runs with it himself and gets flattened as he crosses the 25-yard line down to the 24 for a gain of 6.
6-yard gain in the play. 2nd and 4, Milford, on the North Attleboro 24-yard line.
So Buckley having to take an even bigger role in the running game. We have seen him obviously as a real weapon running the football this season, but for at least the early part of this game, we have not seen Nick Arujo out onto the field. Has really been the engine of this ground game. This time Buckley fakes the handoff to Watson, tries to get a throw out in the direction of Stokes, but it's batted down. Number 66, Patrick Hamilton, able to knock that football away. So quickly 3rd down and 4 now.
From the Red Rockets here, 24-yard line.
Bit of a choppy start to this game, still 7 minutes and 41 seconds to go. Milford's offense trying to get into gear. Again, the ball goes into the hands of Aiden Watson, trying to turn the corner on the near side.
Number 7, Aiden Watson on
Gets
the
knocked out of bounds. Close to the yard to gain. And now they get the signal from down below, 1st down, so Watson able to get just enough to move the chains. Gets forced out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 7:34 mark here in the first. And meanwhile, it looks like we're going to see our first appearance of Nick Arujo now on 1st and 10 from the 20. He is set up behind Buckley, gets the carry here. He will lower the shoulder and
Nick Arujo, the ball carrier.
Able to push down towards the 15-yard line.
5-yard gain.
Quick gain of 5 for the senior Nick Arujo. Arujo right now staying out onto the field on 2nd down and 5. Movement for North Attleboro as they fake the handoff to Arujo this time. They throw in traffic to Stokes. Maybe a yard or so there for Stokes.
1-yard gain on play.
Setting up 3rd down and 4.
Milford on the North Attleboro 14.
Milford really working at a deliberate pace here offensively. Clock ticking down, approaching 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Rougeau sets up again off the right side of Buckley. Buckley will take it himself straight up the middle. And inside the 10-yard line. Has enough for the first down. And so this will set up 1st and goal now for Milford from the 9.
On the North Attleboro 10-yard line.
Looks like they'll make the line of scrimmage right about equidistant between the 10 and 9-yard lines. Nose of the football just grazing the 9. And now timeout taken on the field. North Attleboro calls the timeout this time. So they take their first timeout of the half. It stops the clock with 5 minutes and 21 seconds to go. So as we take a look back through how things went when these teams faced off earlier on in the season. They went head-to-head on week 5. It was a close game early. Buckley with a touchdown pass to Andrew Rivera to give Milford an early 7-0 lead, but then North Attleboro was able to respond as Chase Frizzoli threw a 71-yard touchdown to Bryce Kaiser to tie the game up. It continued to go back and forth in the first half. Milford retook the lead at 14-7. North Attleboro countered with Frizzoli's second touchdown pass of the game. And then ultimately Nick Rougeau with a rushing touchdown to give Milford the lead going into the half. The Scarlet Hawks able to gain separation in the second half with 2 unanswered scores. Jack Buckley, a big 55-yard touchdown pass to Jason Stokes, and then another rushing touchdown for Buckley to give Milford a little extra breathing room. But a real challenge in that first half, and that's really been what we expect out of this matchup. These teams will challenge one another more often than not. So back out on the field now, 1st and goal for Milford from the 9. Rougeau dancing to Buckley's right, takes the handoff. Not a lot of space up the gut there for Rougeau. Gain of 4
on the North Attleboro 6
to set up 2nd and goal from the 6. Again, all eyes on the field go to the Milford coaching staff to get the play call. Continues to stay out there. This time it's Rivera in motion. Buckley takes it himself, stays on his feet, spins off a tackle, and he is in. Touchdown, Scarlet Hawks. From 7 yards out, Jack Buckley tacks on the first score of this game on the ground to give Milford the lead at 6-0.
Number 32, Joey McGee, into the point after 10.
They will stick with McGee for kicking duties here as he lines up for the point after. The kick is up. And the kick is good. 4 minutes and 32 seconds to go in this first quarter. And Milford is able to take the lead first. It is 7-0, courtesy of the 6th rushing touchdown of the season for the quarterback, Jack Buckley. And so Milford once again able to take the first lead, as they have done so frequently this season. Joey McGee lining up for the kickoff now. Again, 4 minutes and 32 seconds to go, still in the first quarter. McGee with a low line drive kick, but takes a nice roll for Milford. It does eventually roll its way out of bounds, and it'll be a long field once again for North Attleboro. That ball kicked away from the return man, and ultimately North let it roll out of bounds. So ultimately, with the ball going out of bounds, it'll be
flag on Milford for illegal procedure as the kickoff.
The 35-yard line. That is where North Attleboro will start. An illegal procedure penalty, as that ball ultimately did go out of bounds untouched by North Attleboro. So better field position than it initially appeared for North, as they will start from their own 35. Low snap. And a flag comes flying in as Frizzoli kept it. Illegal shift penalty going against North Attleboro will push them in the wrong direction. They had everybody biting on that fake to Hainwich. Instead, Frizzoli running it himself, but the illegal shift pushes the Rocketeers back. As again, we get a clock stoppage. We had a pretty swift-moving first half against against Stoughton last week, but a deliberate pace out there through this first quarter. 1st and 15 now for North Attleboro. Clock in motion again, coming down to 4 minutes. And meanwhile, confusion now on the North Attleboro offense. And so ultimately North had to call the timeout. It just seemed like they could not get the correct personnel out on the field. And so not looking like a well-oiled machine on the North Attleboro side. So we are in the second round of this Division III MIAA playoff bracket, the round of 8. And the other matchup we'll try to get some updates on as this night goes along is on the other side of this bracket, where number 4 seed Walpole faces off against number 5 seed Mansfield. So another Hockomock League team involved in that matchup, depending on how things go in these two games. Could we see a third straight week of Hockomock League play in the playoffs? We will see if we can get an update on that game as our coverage goes along. In the meantime, on 1st and 15, Frizzoli had eyes downfield, now flushed out of the pocket, tries to dump it off to Hainwich, and it's incomplete. This is a veteran North Attleboro team. We have seen a lot of this personnel for the last several seasons now, Frizzoli and Hainwich especially. Second and 15, Frizzoli looking to throw towards the near side. Milford getting a hand in there to force the incompletion. Might have been Rivera. Indeed, Rivera batting that ball away, and it's now 3rd and 15 for North Attleboro. They were only able to gain a single positive yard of offense on their first drive, and right now we've seen them only go in the negative direction. See what they can do here on 3rd and 15 from the 30. Frizzoli rolls out, looking down the far sideline, and again, a tipped ball. This time, it's Joey McGee breaking that pass up in the secondary for the Scarlet Hawks. And that sets up 4th down and 15, and another likely 3-and-out situation here for the Rocketeers. So again, Stokes and Watson lined up to receive the punt. Watson around the Milford 35. Now Stokes backs up to about the 37. And this kick is going to come down just onto the Milford side of the field, but take a nice roll for North Attleboro all the way back inside the 35, and we'll be down at the 34. And so for the first time tonight, we'll see Milford start a drive on their own side of the field.
At this time with Cassandra Doherty, please report to the press box. Cassandra Doherty to the press box, please, and thank you.
And so still 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go in what has been a lengthy first quarter of play. Milford will have their third offensive possession. And Milford will start this drive with Buckley in the shotgun, Aiden Watson in the backfield. Buckley will throw over the middle where it is complete to Thomas Souza. Makes the catch at the 50 and spills forward to the 49.
And that play is good for Scout Hawks. Yard gain on the play.
A quick gain of 17 for Souza, who we saw out there at the tight end position last week, made some good plays. Now a little bit of a juggle there for Buckley before eventually getting that ball into the hands of Watson. Looks like he put it on the ground right at the end of the play, but maintains possession and forward for a gain of 3.
2nd and 8, Milford on the North Attleboro 47-yard line.
Arujo back out onto the field now for 2nd down and 8. Being used sparingly here in the first half. Clock ticking down towards 2 minutes to play, still in the first quarter. And the handoff goes to Arujo, stacked up at the 45, able to nudge his way forward down to the 43. Gain of 4, Arujo immediately heads to the sideline. Now lined up next to Nate Scudo on the sideline, dressed for this game. We haven't seen Nate make an appearance on the field as of yet. 90 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Milford facing a 3rd down and 4. Buckley will run it himself and has nowhere to go. He is wrapped up quickly and brought down by Patrick Hamilton.
Number 66, Patrick Hamilton, with the takedown.
It's the second good play defensively for Hamilton tonight on the North Attleboro side, and forcing Milford into a punting situation.
Number 32, Jordan McGee, is in punt formation.
McGee out on punting duties. Fair catch called for as the ball is hauled in just shy of the 20. Catch made by number 20 on the North Attleboro side, Lucas Crovo.
Punt is fair caught by number 22, Ishan Rosario.
So still 37 seconds before we wrap things up here in the first quarter. Third drive of the game now for North Attleboro.
From their own 19.
First 2 drives resulting in 3 and outs. Start from their own 19. Low snap, Frizzoli guns it towards the near sideline, and the catch is made. Milford was there, but Kaiser able to go up and make that catch. That was really telegraphed by Frizzoli. Milford had the defense positioned the way they wanted it, but Kaiser able to make an adjustment to make that catch, and the first down for this North Attleboro offense on a little bit of a gimme for Milford. Certainly a pass that Milford should have broken up. Could have potentially intercepted. But it'll be 1st and 10 for North Attleboro from their own 35-yard line. And that will be to start the second quarter. As the first quarter finally comes to an end. We'll take a quick timeout here on the broadcast. Back with you in just a moment on Milford TV.
You can get them from our volunteers in the orange vests who are making their way around right now. Also, be sure to visit the concession stand, which is located near the main gate. While you're over that way, be sure to visit the Milford Gridiron Club tents, which will be open throughout the game.
First down for North Attleboro from their own 35 as we begin the second quarter here on our coverage of Milford High School football in the Division III MIAA playoff tournament. Another throw on the run for Frizzoli as he was chased out of the pocket by Thomas Souza, and another throw sent out of bounds.
That brings it 2nd and 10 for North Attleboro.
Frizzoli has not had much time at all in the pocket in this game so far. Milford has done an excellent job getting penetration. 2nd and 10. The ball again spotted on the 35-yard line. Frizzoli communicating with his line now. Receives the snap. Again has to roll out, running out of time. Guns it down the near sideline. Kaiser going up for it again. And the pass is incomplete. But again, Kaiser really fighting for it in a one-on-one battle with Watson. We don't have heights listed for the North Attleboro players on our roster, but certainly at a glance, Kaiser not the tallest out there on the field, but showing some nice vertical leaping ability on a couple of attempted catches on this drive. One he was able to haul in for a first down and nearly pulled that one off as well. Even as the ball was going to the ground, almost was able to readjust and make a circus catch. So certainly a great effort out of Bryce Kaiser. But it is 3rd down and 10 now for North. Frizzoli steps into this throw, guns it towards the near sideline, targeting Kaiser again. But this time the pass is overthrown and incomplete. Stokes staying close with Kaiser in the secondary. And so just one first down is all North Attleboro gets on this drive. They're forced to punt for the 3rd time. Usual suspects lined up to receive the kick for Milford. The kick away, Stokes all the way up towards midfield, receives that catch in stride, but North Attleboro able to bring him down just a couple of yards onto the North Attleboro side of the field. But again, starting field position for Milford on the North Attleboro side of the 50 for the 3rd time in 4 possessions.
1st and 10, Milford on the North
Starting on the North 47. First and 10 from the 47 as Buckley takes a deep drop back, able to hang in the pocket, lofts this over the middle, looking for Rivera, and the pass is incomplete. Maybe just a hair overthrown by Buckley. He had good protection, time to send that throw downfield. Rivera was there, but just off of his fingertips, incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up. This offensive line able to give Buckley a nice clean pocket there to launch that throw downfield. Souza in the backfield right now for Milford. He sets up off the left hip of Buckley. And again, Jack drops back to throw, guns it, this time complete to Andrew Rivera on the far side of the field, trying to reach towards that first down marker. Mark him down a yard shy, 3rd and 1 coming up.
9-yard gain play. 3rd down and 1, Milford.
Rivera brought down inbounds as the clock now dips under 11 minutes to play in the half. Now flag comes in. It's North Attleboro clapping the hands. It's an offsides. I beg your pardon, a false start on Milford.
3rd down. 3rd down and 6. Milford on the
So from 3rd down and 1, 3rd down and 6 now for Milford with the penalty yardage tacked on. All backed up to the 43. Now it is Araujo out in the backfield to Buckley's right. As Buckley sends it over the middle, it is complete for the first down. It is Rivera again with his 2nd catch. He's been targeted 3 times on this drive, a couple of good catches, and this one to give Milford a first down. Gain of 8 for Rivera. First and 10 Milford. Souza again in the backfield. Watson in motion. And Buckley with a giant hole up the middle. And he's going to get close to another first down, maybe a little bit shy, as he brings it inside the 30-yard line.
7-yard gain of play.
Gain of 7 in the end for Buckley.
On the North Attleboro 28.
Continues to feel colder as we get deeper into this game. Temperature was a little bit under right now, getting into the lower 40s. You can feel the chill in the air. Milford with 2nd down and 3 as the clock dips under 8:45. They fake the handoff to Souza, the catch to Ish Kamara.
Pass by Buckley is complete.
He's going to be shy of the first down.
One-yard gain of play.
It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for Milford. Scarlet Hawks leading this game 7-0. Milford wants to talk things over. They call their 2nd timeout of the half. The clock paused right now with 8 minutes and 14 seconds to go. This will give us a chance to try to check in on the score between Milford and Walpole. I beg your pardon, Mansfield and Walpole. See if we can spot an update. So many great beat writers out covering all of these games. So Mansfield with a 10-7 lead at halftime. Walpole will have the ball to start the second half. So that game a little ahead of where we are here in Milford. It's a slim lead for Mansfield over Walpole. Mansfield technically the underdog in that matchup. We'll try to spy some more updates on that game as we go along, but back out of the timeout. Milford in a 3rd and 2 situation. Buckley running the football himself, and he is going to come up shy of the first down. Would expect the offense to stay out on the field here on 4th and 1 from the 26. And right now, Arujo is back out on the field. His feet long enough to get that throw away, as once again North Attleboro brought the pressure. So we've seen the Milford defense force Chase Frizzoli on the run quite a bit in this first half. North Attleboro able to put some good pressure on Buckley on this possession, which will end here in a punt on 4th and 26. McGee angling that punt towards the near sideline. Milford able to keep it out of the end zone. And they do indeed drop it down just inside the goal line. What an outstanding play for the Scarlet Hawks special teams. A little pitch and catch there for the Scarlet Hawks to down that ball at the 1. That was fun to watch there for the special teams. What a great play to force the longest of fields here for the Rocketeers as they set up shop at their own 1. They have been pinned inside the 20 on 3 of their 4 possessions so far tonight. And so Frizzoli looking to throw from his own end zone, able to buy some time and eventually throws it towards one of the referees out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That brings it 2nd and 10, North Attleboro from their own 1.
These teams have combined for 6 punts so far in this first half. Second and 10 here for the Rocketeers. 5:42 to go in the half. Handed off this time on 2nd down. It's Hainwich.
Number 7, Christopher Hainwich on the carry.
Able to give North Attleboro a couple of positive yards to set up. It's like 3rd down and 7.
Gain of 3 on the play. 3rd down and 7.
Indeed, 3rd and 7.
On their own 4-yard line.
Caruso out there defensively for the Scarlet Hawks here. As a flag comes in prior to the snap. And a false start against North Attleboro, so this will back them up again close to the goal line.
Replay, 3rd down.
Half the distance to the goal.
3rd down and 9 for the Red Rocketeers from their own 2.
So we'll call it 3rd down and 9 now after the penalty yardage is assessed. Frizzoli under center. Drops back looking to throw. Sends it over the middle and it's complete. A wide open reception there for number 44, Ryan Bannon. And that is the play that Milford has been victimized on more than a few occasions this season, that throw over the top.
38-yard gain on the play.
Bannon able to haul it in, and a much different looking field position now for the Rocketeers all the way out to the 40. Great throw for Frizzoli, excellent catch for Bannon. And North Attleboro able to reset now from the 40. It's 1st and 10. Taking down to 4 minutes to play in the half. Pitch back to Hainwich. He'll throw. It's a double pass, aiming it towards Kaiser. It's incomplete.
The pass was intended for number 2, Bryce Kaiser. That brings it 2nd and 10. Red Rocketeers on their own
In which
40.
couldn't get enough on that throw. Lands incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Clock paused at 4:07. Frizzoli looking towards the far sideline. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Jason Stokes. Crosses towards the near sideline, spins out of bounds right in front of his teammates on the Milford bench. A big play in the secondary for Jason Stokes as that ball was badly underthrown by Frizzoli, and an easy pick for Stokes.
20-yard return following the interception.
20 yards on the return for Stokes after the big pick.
Milford on the North Attleboro 36.
So we saw an outstanding throw from Frizzoli from his own end zone to Bannon, and then a couple of plays later, there was a wobbly ball that was easily picked off by Jason Stokes. And so now Milford back in familiar territory, starting from the North Attleboro 36. And now the throw over the middle is complete to Thomas Souza, uses a stiff arm and gets down inside the 10, where it'll be 1st and goal for Milford.
And that play is good for Skyhawks.
Well, Souza continues to shine, getting more and more playing time here in the biggest games of the season.
Yard gain on the play. 1st and goal, Milford on the Red Rocketeer 9-yard line.
After a gain of 27, it's 1st and goal from the 9. Arujo back out.
Nick Arujo on the carry.
Able to get up the middle for only about 1. Milford looking to capitalize on the interception, turn it into points, tack on to this lead as we get into the late stages now of the first half. First half that is quickly reaching the 1 hour mark. Buckley fakes the handoff to Arujo, has time, lofts it to the back of the end zone, and it doinks off the crossbar, incomplete, with Thomas Souza there in the general vicinity.
That brings it 3rd and goal, Milford on the Red Rocketeer 8-yard line.
3rd and goal now for Milford from the 8-yard line. Clock paused for the moment at 2:36. Arujo is to the right of Buckley in the backfield. Rivera in motion from right to left as Buckley looks to throw, targeting Rivera, and a little too hot as it came in the direction of the junior. Rivera tried to lunge for it, went off of his hand, incomplete. And it looks like we'll see Joey McGee come out to attempt the field goal. A 25-yard field goal attempt.
25-yard field goal.
So McGee, the lefty kicker, the kick up, and no problem. 25-yard field goal for McGee. And so unable to deliver the big blow for the touchdown off the interception, but Milford able to get points nonetheless. They up it to a 10-0 lead on North Attleboro. And down to 2 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the half. You'll recall Milford won the opening coin toss, elected to receive. And so It will be North Attleboro who will have the football first to start the second half.
Number 32, Joey McGee, set to kick off.
And so McGee out on kicking duties, as he has done throughout this game tonight. See Rougeau on offense and defense with some lighter work than usual. We have not seen him in the kicking game at all, but McGee doing an excellent job as he sends that ball back to the 10. Good run back up the middle here for North Attleboro. The Hawks missing tackles. It's McGee now that will ultimately bring the return man down, but not until he gets inside Milford territory, down to the 47.
On the return for North Attleboro. Joey McGee in on the stop.
And so North Attleboro, who has seen so many long fields on offense in this half, this time has a chance to start a couple of yards inside Milford territory. Ball spotted on the Milford 47. Low snap picked up by Frizzoli, gunning this ball towards the far sideline, and it is caught.
Pass by Frizzoli is complete.
Ryan Bannon with his second reception of the game gets the chains moving here for North Attleboro, and so a window here for North Attleboro to quickly shift momentum. Milford, again, unable to fully capitalize off the interception. They had to settle for the field goal. So it's still just a 10-point margin on the scoreboard, and all of a sudden now North moving deeper and deeper inside Milford territory. 1:48 to go in the half. Bannon on the move. Beg your pardon, Hainwich on the move as the catch is made over the middle. That is Bannon as he makes the catch a few yards shy of the 20. And all of a sudden now the North Attleboro stand starting to make noise as
15-yard gain on the play.
a quick gain of 15 gives North a first down from the Milford 22. They hustle back to the line here. Less than 90 seconds to go until halftime. Hainwich again in motion, and this play is whistled to a stop. False start on the offense.
Penalty, replay, first down.
So it'll be first and 15.
North Attleboro, and the Milford 26.
Clock still moving here. Snap this football with about 60 seconds left. First and 15 from the 27. And again, Frizzoli drops back, pocket immediately collapses, and this ball is incomplete. Well over the head of Bryce Kaiser. Second and 15 now with 54 seconds on the clock. Defense looking to hold firm here. Hainwich once again in motion as Frizzoli is brought down quickly. A big time sack for the captain, Keith Lee. And so just as North Attleboro was building some big-time momentum, it is Keith Lee who comes up with the sack and a loss of 11 yards for North Attleboro. They're forced to call a timeout, stopping the clock with 42 seconds left. It'll be third down and 26 when North Attleboro comes back to the line after this timeout. Some huge plays on defense for Milford in the second quarter. The interception by Stokes, now a big sack from Keith Lee. And Milford hoping to end this half with that 0 in the North Attleboro column. Again, 3rd down and 25.
21, North Attleboro on the Milford 38.
And North Attleboro trying to get Milford to bite with a hard count. And it looks like it may have been movement on the North Attleboro side first. Finger pointing going back and forth across the line of scrimmage as the officials talk things over. And so it will be a penalty against Milford in the end.
Penalty, replay, 3rd down.
So some of that yardage on the sack will be negated here on the penalty by Milford.
3rd down and 16, North Attleboro on the Milford 33.
So 41 seconds left. Another low snap here. That's picked up by Frizzoli. Hoists this throw towards the far sideline. A juggle and a drop. Intended for Lucas Crovo. Lands incomplete. 4th down now with 35 seconds to go.
It brings it 4th down and 20, North Attleboro on the Milford 32.
4th down and 20. The offense stays on the field, wanting to attempt a long field goal. Frizzoli with some pressure now. Scrambles, sends this throw, and it is complete to Hainwich, who hauls it in for the 1st down.
Pass by Frizzoli is complete.
Frizzoli had time initially, then got flushed out of the pocket, was able to scramble forward, released the throw, eventually found Hainwich for the 1st down, and so still 25 seconds left, and can't count North Attleboro out on this drive just yet. They make the big play, extending that just long enough to make something happen. The two longtime teammates, Frizzoli and Hainwich, now Frizzoli drops back, lofts this ball towards the end zone. Again, it's towards Hainwich, this time incomplete. Stops the clock with 19 seconds to go.
2nd and goal, North Attleboro on the Milford 10.
Second and goal here for North Attleboro with the ball spotted on the 10. The bench calling for these fans to make some noise. Rivera, like a missile into the backfield, he brings Frizzoli down. The 2nd Milford sack on this drive. And a little too much celebration after the play for Milford. They has to get back to the line as Frizzoli was ready to snap it. They end up spiking, stopping the clock with 3 seconds left, where it will be 4th down. And so it looks like now we'll see the field goal try for North Attleboro.
On the Milford 18.
A 36-yard field goal attempt.
Number 47, Tyler Goyette, will attempt a 35-yard field goal.
Stands rocking here now for Milford as the kick just does sneak its way through the uprights. So the successful field goal for Tyler Goyette. And that is the final play of the half. So a little bit of a wild ride there on that last possession for North Attleboro. Some ups and downs for both teams. Ultimately, North Attleboro able to get on the board. And so it's back down to just a 7-point margin with Milford in front 10-3. A close, uncomfortable battle between these very familiar Hockomock League foes. And so we will pause here for halftime. Who knows what to expect in the second half. We hope you'll all stay with us. Right now they have About 11 and a half minutes on the clock for this halftime, so hang tight if you're with us on the live coverage. We'll be back with the third quarter shortly on this coverage of Milford High School football in the MIAA tournament here on Milford TV. Welcome back, everybody, here at the Milford Turf Field as we settle in for the second half in this MIAA Division III Round of 8 matchup between Milford and North Attleboro. The top seed Scarlet Hawks, the number 9 seed North Attleboro. And as we said right prior to the start of halftime, it's been an uncomfortable game, a close one on the scoreboard. Milford hanging on to a 10-3 lead. North Attleboro able to cut into the lead with a field goal right at the close of the first half, and now we'll have the football first as Joey McGee kicks it away to start the third quarter. And ultimately Aiden Watson able to make the tackle on the return man. For North Attleboro, it was their running game that led them to a victory against West Springfield last week. 2 rushing touchdowns for Frizzoli.
First and 10, North Attleboro from their own 28
in particular. But today it's been their passing game that has given them opportunities. We've seen some big hookups between Frizzoli and Bannon. Hainwich a big part of the passing attack with an incredible third down and eternity play that North Attleboro was able to pull off to extend that last drive of the first half and ultimately set North up for the field goal.
1 yard gain in the play.
And meanwhile, 1 yard gained on the first play from scrimmage here in the third quarter.
From their own 29.
Frizzoli from the shotgun and guns the throw towards the far side of the field, but nobody home.
The pass was intended for number 7, Christopher Hainwich. That brings it third down.
Hainwich in the general vicinity, but that throw not close. And third down and 9 coming up as the defense looks for a quick 3 and out. North Attleboro didn't gain their first down on offense until their third possession of the game. Frizzoli throwing an interception in the first half as well, picked off by Jason Stokes. Finally able to end the half with points. And meanwhile on third, Andrew Rivera jumped.
Third down and 4.
Frustrated with himself. Another careless penalty there for Milford. And now a much more manageable 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Rocketeers. Again, the low snap. Frizzoli, a quick release on that throw, complete to Hainwich, who has the 1st down and is forced out of bounds a yard into Milford territory. So it'll be 1st and 10 north from the Milford 49, and again a big 3rd down conversion, a gain of 17. And this pass released by Kaiser, and it's knocked away.
Number 2, Bryce Kaiser falls incomplete. Pass was intended for number 7, Christopher Hainwich.
A trick play there targeting Hainwich. It was Kaiser with the throw, but Milford able to knock the ball away. Alex Guerra was there defensively.
Second and 10, North Attleboro on the Milford 49.
Frizzoli over the middle, this time finds Kaiser.
Pass is complete to Bryce Kaiser.
And might be just shy of the 1st down. It looks like they'll
9-yard gain on the play.
mark him down right at the 40, so it'll be 3rd down and 1. Kaiser got up a little gingerly after that play, and he will now hobble his way over towards the sideline. Has been very valuable, favorite receiver for Frizzoli, as a loaded backfield. As North Attleboro is able to get the 1st down and then some. Very tough to bring down. And a flag comes in after the play. It was Hainwich with the 1st down carry. And a personal foul is going to be tacked onto this play. Another bad penalty for the Scarlet Hawks.
Timeout Milford, their first of the second half.
So an additional 15 yards tacked on to the end of that run for North Attleboro, as the Rocketeers are quickly putting themselves in position to try to tie this game up.
And that ticket is 230450. That's 230450. If you have that ticket, please come up to the press box to claim your winnings. Thank you.
So we mentioned it. This has been a tough matchup between these two teams. As we look at the history of this matchup going back the last several seasons, it's really been a dead heat between these two teams. 3 wins for Milford, 3 wins for North Attleboro in their last 6 matchups. Milford does have the last 3 straight wins head-to-head, but prior to that, North Attleboro really owned this matchup, so it has been one where both teams have seen success, as this time Milford's able to bottle the running back Ryan Bannon in the backfield.
Loss of 3 on the play.
Ends up going as a loss of 3.
North Attleboro on the Milford 20.
That time, Arujo involved in the play defensively. Frizzoli in some trouble, has to release the ball, sends it out of bounds.
Frizzoli falls incomplete. Pass was intended for number 44, Ryan Bannon.
Rivera in the backfield.
That brings it 3rd down and 13. North Attleboro.
Keith Lee also in the backfield, forcing Frizzoli to just chuck that ball out of bounds. 9:22 on the third quarter clock. Third down and 13 for North Attleboro as Frizzoli drops back, has time. Rolling to his left, finally releases towards the end zone, but the ball is out of bounds. Nice job by the secondary staying with their receivers. And so it's now 4th and 13 for North. Offense is going to stay on the field here for North Attleboro on 4th and 13. A big play here for the Milford defense, looking to stay disciplined. We've seen some key penalties for Milford at times tonight. These fans getting loud as Frizzoli drops back, rolls towards the near sideline. He'll run with it and has nowhere to go, nowhere close to the first down yardage. And so it will be a turnover on downs. And so an excellent job for this Milford defense turning things around, as it looked like North Attleboro was marching their way potentially towards tying this game up, but good plays there, ultimately forcing the turnover on downs. Milford will take over now with the ball on their own 15. First possession for the Milford offense here in the second half. Nick Arujo out on the field for this first down play. And instead, we'll get a timeout called here by Milford.
Timeout, Milford, their second of the second half.
And that's already their second timeout taken, with still 9 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the third quarter. And in a close game, sometimes timeouts can be crucial.
Fans, please take out your 50-50 split the pot raffle tickets. We have a new winning number.
As of 8 minutes ago, Mansfield holding on to a 5-point lead on Walpole, with about 6 minutes to go in that game.
Thank you.
And so just getting an additional update. A late score for Walpole and a 2-point conversion gives Walpole a 27-24 lead with less than 2 minutes to go. So Walpole battling back there against Mansfield. Again, the winner of that game will play the winner of this game in the Final Four next week. Meanwhile, the fake handoff to Arujo, and Buckley with his biggest running play of the game.
And that play is good for Skyhawks.
Out all the way to the 42. A gain of 27 there for Buckley. It was a laugher last week for Milford against Stoughton. This game, I think, a lot closer than a lot of the Milford fans expected coming in. Hawks have maintained the lead. Now here's Arujo with the first down carry, still forcing his way forward. Now both sides pushing the pile, and Arujo's going to end up with the first down.
And that play is good for Skyhawks.
They've managed the workload for Nick tonight. Not sure if there's an injury involved there or not, but there was some real tough running that we have been accustomed to from Arujo as he drags Milford into enemy territory. First down for the Scarlet Hawks from the North Attleboro 47. As the clock marches down to 8 minutes to play in the third. Arujo stays out there. They fake the handoff. The pass over towards Ish Kamara on the near sideline is incomplete.
Pass is intended number 5, Ish Kamara. That brings it 2nd and 10, Milford, on the North Attleboro 47.
Clock paused at 8 minutes and 1 second in quarter number 3. 2nd and 10, Milford from the 47 of North Attleboro. Buckley drops back, has time in the pocket, sends it over the middle, complete to Andrew Rivera.
Pass is complete to Andrew Rivera.
Gets it out just past the 40.
7-yard gain.
3rd down
on
and
the play.
3.
3rd down and 3, Milford, on the North Attleboro 40.
Rivera was brought down hard. Looks like he's flexing out that right leg just a bit after that hard contact. Stays out on the field in the near slot. Both teams making adjustments at the line. Buckley directing Arujo just off of his right side, and too much time taken. Delay of game penalty against Milford. So again, the Scarlet Hawks take an unnecessary penalty. And so instead, from 3rd and 3, it will be 3rd and 8. And it's just been these little penalties throughout this game. Milford has made life that much more difficult on themselves. And so now they fake the handoff to Arujo. Throw over the middle, wide open to Thomas Souza. Stays on his feet. He's going to carry a defender into the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Hawks. A 45-yard touchdown pass from Buckley to Thomas Souza. And the Scarlet Hawks get back on the scoreboard. It's 16-3 with the point after pending.
Number 32, Jordan McGee, into the point after attempt.
Some big, timely receptions in this game from Souza. He is pumped up now, back on the sideline. As McGee now is ready for the point after attempt. Kick is up, and the kick is good.
And that makes it score Milford 17, North Attleboro 3.
So that makes it 17-3 now in favor of the Scarlet Hawks. And again, a sneaky important swing there. Again, a long, deliberate drive to start this 3rd quarter for North Attleboro. They look to be in business. The defense able to tighten up. They prevent any points being scored for the Rocketeers, and Milford comes back. And a huge catch made by Thomas Souza, who has shined here in these last 2 weeks in particular. And so a 17-3 lead now for Milford as McGee lines up to kick this ball away with 6:47 to play in the 3rd quarter. That kick dies at around the 25-yard line. It's eventually picked up by Hainwich, and he is dragged down at the 30. Looks like they might give him the 31. Getting deeper into this game, a cold night in Milford. Once again, happy to have you all joining us on this coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV. Tim Coet here with you on the call. A great Milford TV crew battling the cold, bringing you the coverage here this evening. And a quick throw over the middle is juggled and dropped by Kaiser, and lucky that Milford wasn't there to pick that ball off.
Pass passes dropped. Passes intended for number 2, Bryce Kaiser.
Our director for the coverage tonight is Scott Crisafulli. Jerry McLeod, Milford TV Community Event Coordinator, manning the camera up on top of the press box, and Milford TV intern Kyle Barlow once again getting you up close to the action with our sideline camera. Frizzoli targeting the receiver on the far sideline. The pass is incomplete, but a flag comes in. It looked like Milford gave that receiver a shove before the ball came in.
There's a flag for pass interference on Milford.
Pass interference penalty. And so you can add that to the list of undisciplined penalties for Milford tonight. So free 15 yards here for North Attleboro, brings them up to the 46.
North Attleboro on their own 46.
And now Frizzoli looking to throw, has Kaiser wide open, and the pass is incomplete.
Pass by Frizzoli falls incomplete. Pass was intended for number 2, Bryce Kaiser.
And so that's 2 catches that Kaiser could have made here on this drive. He has been making some big plays tonight. We did see him look a little banged up. Had to come off the field on North Attleboro's previous drive. He's gotten himself open a couple of times on this possession, but 2 drops. Now 2nd down and 10 from the 46. Frizzoli now takes the snap. Sends it towards the far sideline, and this time the catch is made. A contested catch this time for Kaiser. That was probably the toughest play on this drive for Kaiser, and that's the one he makes. And sets North Attleboro up with a 1st down at the Milford 30. About to dip under, 6 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Frizzoli under center. Again, ball spotted on the Milford 30 as they hand it off to Hainwich. Bounces off the left end, gets a couple of yards. Not a lot of running plays in this one for North Attleboro.
2nd and 6. North Attleboro on the Milford 26-yard line.
Second down and 6. Frizzoli will hand it off here. Hainwich able to avoid the pressure in the backfield, able to get ahead for another couple of yards to set up 3rd down and about 2.
4-yard game play. 3rd down and 2. North Attleboro on the Milford 22-yard line.
A big 55-yard touchdown for Mansfield gives the Hornets the lead back at 31-27 with 54 seconds left in that game. Get another update in just a moment as Frizzoli is scrambling backwards and now has to toss the ball out of bounds as Tony Dew was giving chase.
There is a 4th down and 2. North Attleboro on the Milford 22.
It's been a wild finish in that game between Walpole and Mansfield. Mansfield taking the lead back with less than a minute to go. Walpole answering back with a score. 14 seconds left, leading Mansfield 34-31. So that game coming down right to the final seconds. As Hainwich gets the handoff, he has enough for the 1st down.
Number 7, Christopher Hainwich on the carry. He's run good for a Red Rocketeer 1st down.
just outside the 20-yard line now.
First and 10, North Attleboro on the Milford 16.
I beg your pardon, just outside the 15. First and 10 from the 16 officially, as we see a steady diet of the ground game all of a sudden here for North Attleboro. This time it's Marty Rogers, it looks like, getting the carry. Just a yard shy of the first down.
Second and 1, North Attleboro.
North Attleboro inside the red zone. Second down and short as Hainwich falls down in the backfield. He slipped, slams the turf in frustration as he ends up losing a couple of yards.
A loss of 2 in the play. Third down and 3, North Attleboro on the Milford 9-yard line.
Clock now under the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. Third down and 3 for the Rocketeers. And Milford
Ryan Bannon on the carry.
stacking up the running back just shy of the first down. It's going to be fourth down and a yard coming up here for North Attleboro. And so a huge play coming up.
Fourth down and 1, North Attleboro.
Fourth and 1.
7-yard line.
Hainwich in the backfield again for North Attleboro. He gets the ball and able to spill his way forward. Looks to have enough for the first. Indeed he does.
Number 4, Anthony MIAA in on the stop.
And so it'll be first and goal coming up here for North.
For a North Attleboro first down. Two-yard gain on the play. First and goal, North Attleboro.
Needed a yard.
5-yard line.
Hainwich able to get 2. Again, Frizzoli under center, hands it off. And North Attleboro to the goal line. They are in. A touchdown for the Rocketeers. It is Ryan Bannon who's able to take it in from 4 yards out for the score.
Number 47, Tyler Goyette into the point after attempt.
So North lines up for the point after attempt with 1:34 to play in the third quarter. Snap not exactly clean, but the kick up and good. And so right back to a 7-point margin as North Attleboro is able to answer back with the Bannon rushing touchdown. And so it is now 17-10. And so meanwhile, an absolute wild shootout of a fourth quarter has come to an end between Walpole and Mansfield. Walpole survives with a 33-31 victory. And so they sew up their spot in the Final Four. So it will be Walpole who awaits the winner of this game here tonight. Can Milford hold on and advance to the Final Four for a third straight season? This game once again getting uncomfortably close. It is certainly not a done deal, but still a lot of football left to be played here on the Milford turf. As Stokes picks up this ball on a bounce and will make his way towards the near side, gets spun down in the middle of the field right at the 20. exciting game here in Milford. It's been a subdued crowd here on the home side. The visitor bleachers making a lot of noise for North Attleboro, especially after that drive ends in a touchdown just moments ago with the Bannon score. And so Milford out there with starting field position at their own 21. And so it is Araujo running to the far sideline. It's going to be about a 7 or 8 yard gain on the first down carry for Araujo.
8 yard gain on the play.
It's a gain of 8 for Araujo. It's going to be one of his longest running plays of the night. Stays out there on 2nd down and 2. Clock paused at 1:19 to go. Right back in the hands of Araujo. Able to move ahead for about a yard. No, they'll give him the first down, so a good push there in the end for Araujo. He's able to get forward progress enough for the first down.
3 yard gain on the play. 1st and 10, Milford on their own 32.
Taking their time, fake the handoff, and the throw across the way to Rivera in the flat. He's able to cross the 40-yard line. Again, very close to first down yardage. This time it looks like it'll be just about a yard shy. Will we get another play here? It looks like Milford will be content to let the remainder of this third quarter clock run out. And it looks like upon further review, it will be a first down from Milford. So Rivera gets just enough to move the chains. That will expire the clock here in the third quarter. So 12 minutes to go in this Division III round of 8 matchup. It has been a tight one here all night long. Milford has not been able to run away with this one. It is a 17-10 lead for Milford, trying to hold on to the finish line and book their trip to the Final Four, again for the 3rd consecutive year. We'll see if they can get the job done as the fourth quarter begins right after this here on Milford TV.
First and 10, Milford on their own 42 to begin the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter begins here in Milford. The Scarlet Hawks with the football on top 17-10. And Buckley chucking it over the middle again, complete to Souza. He has the first down as he is dragged down at about the 28-yard line. That play has been there for Souza when they have needed it here tonight. On Milford's last drive, it was a 45-yard hookup between Buckley and Souza to increase the Milford lead. That's the difference in this game right now. It's kept Milford in front, and Souza puts Milford in good field position here. 1st and 10 from the 26. And now Buckley will run it himself, has a big hole as he hurdles over a defender. A gain of 8 there for Buckley on the first down carry.
Eight-yard gain on the play. Second and 2, Milford on the North Attleboro 23.
Second and 2 from the 18. The handoff eventually goes to Araujo. Gets stopped initially, trying to force his way ahead, but looks to be shy of the first. Less than a yard there for Araujo when all is said and done.
One-yard gain on the play. Third down and 1, Milford on the North Attleboro 18.
Third and 2. Clock marches towards 10 minutes to play. They fake the handoff to Araujo, throw over the middle, targeting Souza again. The pass incomplete.
The pass was intended to number 81, Thomas Souza.
A little too far out in front for Souza.
There was a fourth down and 2 for Milford.
Fourth down, the offense not budging off the field. It would be a 35-yard field goal attempt from this distance for Joey McGee. And so it looks like Milford wants to talk it over. They will take their final timeout, stopping the clock with 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Third and final of the second half.
So again, we know one of our Final Four teams here in Division III, it will be the Walpole Timberwolves, as they were able to defeat Mansfield earlier this evening. The other games taking place in this Elite Eight in Division III, actually one already in the books, and that was Milton defeating Dartmouth 28-7. Final game, Billerica Memorial taking on Westfield. That game was scheduled for a 7 o'clock start tonight. Billerica Memorial, the number 2 seed, who managed to just escape a gritty Plymouth South team last week in overtime. A 29-27 escape for Billerica Memorial last week. And this week taking on Westfield. They are the number 10 seed. Meanwhile, back here, it's 4th down and 2 for Milford, back out of the timeout. Offense staying out there. The pitch back to Araujo, who has a wide open lane to the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Hawks. An 18-yard rushing touchdown for Nick Araujo. Flawless execution. The delay by Buckley. The pitch back to Araujo, and nothing but green grass in front for the 18-yard strike. And it's McGee for the point after attempt. The kick up, and the kick is good. So it is now a 24-10 lead for the Scarlet Hawks. And Nick Araujo with his 10th rushing touchdown of the season. Hasn't been quite the typical kind of game from Araujo, but again, there when the team needs him the most, with a huge rushing touchdown to again put Milford up by 2 scores with 10:04 remaining here in the 4th.
Number 32, Joey McGee set to kick off.
So McGee now will kick away to the Rocketeers. Again, 10:04 to go. This kick back to about the 8-yard line. Brought straight forward by Hainwich. Spins off a couple of tackles and is eventually brought down at about the 34.
Number 7, Christopher Hainwich on the return for North Attleboro.
And Hainwich a little slow to get back to his feet after the tackle.
First and 10, North Attleboro on their own 35.
So with 9:56 to go, it's 1st and 10 North Attleboro from their own 35. Frizzoli dropping back, targeting Kaiser on the near side. He makes the catch and then is driven out of bounds by Aiden Watson. Gain of 5.
5-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 5. North Attleboro on their own 40.
Clock stopped at 9:51. Again, Frizzoli drops back. Had pressure coming in from behind, but gets the throw away and a one-handed catch. No, it's dropped by Kaiser. Almost hauled that in one-handed. And looking back to the official, wanting to say that he was interfered with, but no flag comes in.
That brings it 3rd down and 5 for North Attleboro on their own 40.
Aiden Watson there with the play defensively. Again, Kaiser wanted the pass interference call, but does not get it, and it's 3rd down and 5 now for the Rocketeers with the ball spotted on their 40. Which in motion from right to left, comes to a stop just off the left hip of Frizzoli. And it's the quarterback who runs it himself, able to sneak up the middle and has the 1st down. That was well disguised by Frizzoli. Quick gain of 7 to give North Attleboro a 1st down close to midfield. Clock still moving, under 9.5 minutes. Frizzoli rolls out, hoists this throw over the head of Kaiser, out of bounds into the North Attleboro bench. The Milford student section, the jungle, all dressed in black, all standing, continuing to give good energy. Good amount of fans over on the visitors' side as well. They made the trip up from North Attleboro. They've been rewarded with an entertaining game. 9 minutes and 11 seconds left as they fake the handoff to Hainwich. Frizzoli flush from the pocket, gets out of Sousa's grasp. Now gets around one of his own North Attleboro players before sending that throw out towards Kaiser, and it's complete for the 1st down. Frizzoli buying all kinds of time with his legs and eventually finds his favorite target, Bryce Kaiser, for the 1st down. Gain of 15.
1st and 10, North Attleboro on the Milford 38.
So 1st and 10 now from the Milford 38. Frizzoli sends this over the middle. It's over everything and incomplete.
Number 85, Connor Casey. That makes it 2nd and 10, North Attleboro.
That sets up 2nd down and 10. .35 left to play. Again, Hainwich settles down next to his quarterback. They fake the handoff. Frizzoli keeps it himself. Again, finds room up the middle. That's the 2nd time they've been able to execute that play, getting Milford to bite on the fake to Hainwich, and Frizzoli able to gain 1st down yardage on the ground. So again, we talked about it early in this half. It felt like North Attleboro was really going heavy into their passing game. They've mixed the run in quite a bit more here later in the third quarter and into the fourth, and they've been able to have some success. First and 10 now from the Milford 28. Once again, it's Hainwich in motion. This time, they do put the ball in the hands of Hainwich, and he's able to spill across the 25-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 25. Nick Arujo able to make the tackle.
North Attleboro on the Milford 24.
Quickly approaching 7 minutes to play. This drive started with 9:56 on the clock, so North Attleboro deliberate, down by 2 scores. Frizzoli will look to throw, targeting Kaiser, bounces off a defender, and they're going to say incomplete.
The pass by Chase Frizzoli is ruled incomplete. Pass was intended for number 2, Bryce Kaiser.
He initially had it and then came to the ground. The ball was jarred loose as Kaiser made impact with the turf, so incomplete.
And it's 6, North Attleboro on the Milford 24-yard line.
Near touchdown there, but instead 3rd down and 6 now for North Attleboro. 7:01 on the clock. Frizzoli steps through the rush and now is dragged down. Keith Lee makes the tackle. It will be 4th down here for the Rocketeers. 4th and 4 for North Attleboro. Ball spotted on the 22. Milford looking for this crowd to make some noise on a critical 4th down play, but it will come on the other side of a timeout as North Attleboro takes the timeout. It is just their first timeout of the second half. Milford has used all of their timeouts, so the clock right now paused with 6 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Milford with touchdowns in the second half. A 45-yard touchdown pass from Buckley to Thomas Souza, and an 18-yard rushing touchdown from Nick Arujo. Scoring play in the second half for North Attleboro, a 4-yard rushing touchdown for Ryan Bannon. It is a 14-point Milford lead. The Milford student section has not sat down for the duration of this one. They have been in it. And now looking to make their voices heard here on a 4th down and 4 for North Attleboro. The stands start rocking as Frizzoli rolls out to his right and able to come on the far sideline, just able to come down with it inbounds to give North Attleboro the first down.
Play good for a North Attleboro first down.
So North Attleboro,
5-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10.
they've been able to pull out some big plays on 3rd and 4th down here tonight. So 1st and 10 now from the 16. Hainwich gets the handoff. Gets past McGee. Eventually Rivera brings him down right around the 10-yard line.
Andrew Rivera in on the stop for the Skyhawks.
Keeps the clock moving.
8-yard gain on the play.
More than 4 minutes have elapsed on this drive for North Attleboro. A lot of bodies in the backfield here for North Attleboro, as eventually it's Bannon, I believe, that's stacked up
Number 44, Ryan Bannon on the
inside the 5-yard line, where it will be first and goal. North Attleboro hustles right back to the line. First and goal from the 3. But this time, good penetration into the backfield for Milford. They're able to bring Hainwich down.
No gain on the play. Second and goal.
So it's second and goal from the 4. Make it the 3-yard line. .444 on the clock. As Frazzoli drops back to throw, lofts it, and that is just thrown away.
Frazzoli falls incomplete. Pass is intended for number 44, Ryan Bannon.
So that stops the clock at 4:35, and it will be third and goal for North Attleboro coming up. So here we go, third and goal. They hand it off to Bannon. He dives for the goal line. He is brought down shy of the end zone. All the way down to the 1. And so here we go. Fourth and goal from the 1.
Fourth down and goal. North Attleboro on the Milford 1.
The clock continuing to roll. Does Milford have a goal line stand in them? Hainwich is in the backfield. And North Attleboro continues to fight. They eventually get in. It looks like Bannon, indeed, Ryan Bannon with his second rushing touchdown of the game. This one from a yard out. It took
number 47, Tyler Goyette, into the point after attempt.
A little extra effort there from Bannon, but eventually he's able to push it in for the score. Tyler Goyette lines up for the point after attempt. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So once again, we are back down to a 1-touchdown lead for the Scarlet Hawks. And you would certainly imagine that we could see an onside kick attempt here from North Attleboro with just 4 minutes and 2 seconds left. So, I mean, the good news for North Attleboro there is that they come away with the touchdown. The bad news is it took an awful lot of time off the clock to put that ball in the end zone. Nearly 6 minutes come off the clock on that drive when all is said and done for North. 24-17 now the score.
Number 3, Jason Stokes is deep to receive for Milford.
.402 on the clock. Goyette lined up for the kick. Milford anticipating the onside kick. And instead, it's booted away. And eventually hauled in by Stokes, again running laterally across the field. And is eventually brought down at the 20.
Number 3, Jason Stokes on the return.
So we thought North Attleboro might try it. Instead, they just kick the ball away and hope that their defense can bring about a quick 3 and out and give North Attleboro one more chance. 3 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock. as Milford will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. Just Milford's 3rd possession of the second half. Buckley hands it off to Arujo on 1st down. Gain of about 3 on the carry for Nick. Clock continues to roll. North Attleboro still with 2 timeouts left. Not ready to use them just yet. Rivera in motion. As again they put the ball in the hands of Arujo. Can't turn the corner on the far side. And instead is brought down for a loss. This will bring Milford back almost to the original line of scrimmage, where it will be 3rd down and a long 9. Under 3 minutes to go, but Milford not able to get much accomplished here so far. This is exactly what North Attleboro was hoping for. Backed up to the 21-yard line. And a little throw lofted into the hands of Rivera, who gets it out to the 30 and gets Milford the 1st down. That was a dangerous throw into heavy traffic for Jack Buckley. But Rivera makes a tremendous catch, and the yards after give Milford a huge 1st down. And Milford will be able to take this clock now inside of 2 minutes. 1st and 10 now from the 31. Buckley taking every second he can off this play clock. Down to 1:48 on the snap as Arujo runs it into the line. And now we'll see the timeouts from North Attleboro. They stop the clock here with 1:42 to go.
Nick Arujo on the carry. Timeout, North Attleboro, their 2nd of the
So
second
1
half.
timeout remaining now for North. If Milford can hang on, they will match up with the Walpole Timberwolves in a Final Four game. Trying to hold on here in what has been a difficult game from start to finish. So back out on the field from the timeout now. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Scarlet Hawks from the 32 of Milford.
On their own 32.
Arujo gets tripped up at the 30, and again a loss for Arujo on the carry. North Attleboro will call their last timeout, stopping the clock with 1:33 to go. And again, Milford is in a 3rd and long situation. They were able to get a critical 1st down on that completion to Rivera, and now again looking at a 3rd down and 9. Just have not been able to get the running game going with reliability, again with the sporadic work for Nick Arujo here tonight. We'll see if Milford chances another pass play here. North Attleboro ready to retake the field. Milford continues to talk things over with Coach Olson. They will have Nick Arujo on the field here for this
and 12. Milford.
Third down play. It's actually a third down and 12 coming up. And Buckley drops back to pass, has time in the pocket. Now in a scramble, he will run himself and continues to force his way forward and looks to have enough for the first down. Milford celebrating on the sideline.
And that play is good for Skyhawks.
And indeed, Buckley able to push his way ahead for the first down.
13-yard gain on the play.
That play coming
on their own 43.
right up close to our sideline camera. Kyle Barlow having to get out of the way, but a big play for Buckley as he gets the first down. And no way for North Attleboro to stop the clock here, so Milford should be able to ice the rest of this clock. Looks like Milford will run a play here as the clock gets stopped at 1:11. They fake the handoff to Arujo. Buckley scrambles his way forward past the 45-yard line. And this will take us inside of 60 minutes. So again, a lot of credit goes to the North Attleboro Rocketeers, their coaching staff, their head coach Mike Strachan. They gave Milford a fierce battle here tonight. Not able to sew this game up until the final seconds. But a kneel down here for Buckley. And the rest of this clock will start to tick away. Coaches Dale and Dana Olson continue to propel this program forward. They have been cementing themselves as legitimate contenders in the state for the last 4 years. They've been in the Final Four the previous 2 seasons, and you can make it 3 in a row now as the final 10 seconds will come down off of this clock. Milford will go on to defeat North Attleboro by a final score of 24-17, and Milford officially punches their ticket to the Final Four for the 3rd consecutive year. And we already know the opponent next up for Milford. We thought perhaps we'd see another Kelly Rex matchup coming up next week, but in a dramatic finish, Walpole was able to just sneak past Mansfield for a victory, so we will see Milford take on the Walpole Timberwolves next week. So the 4-seeded Walpole Timberwolves will face off against the top-seeded Scarlet Hawks 1 week from now. We believe that game will be here in Milford. We'll get all the final details from Athletic Director Peter Boucher as the week goes on, but we certainly hope to be able to bring that coverage for you next week. But in the meantime, I want to give a big thank you to our outstanding Milford TV crew, many of which have been with us for every football game this season. Our director for the game tonight is Scott Crisafulli. Our main camera operator is Jerry Maglita, and our sideline camera operator is Kyle Barlow. And I am Tim Coet. That wraps things up for tonight. That final score, one final time, Milford defeats North Attleboro by a final score of 24-17. This has been a presentation of Milford High School Athletics here on Milford TV. So long, everybody.